teach CBSE 10th Maths. Hey guys, this is Tina. I teach CBSE 8th Maths. Check out our videos on the playlist. Alright, now let's get into the video.
Today we are going to be learning Chapter 5 Arithmetic Progressions, Exercise 5.3, 19th question. So this question is really important, okay? So now let's read the question. 200 logs are stacked in the following manner. 20 logs in the bottom row, 19 in the next row, 18 in the row next to it, and so on. In how many rows are the 200 logs placed, and how many logs are in the top row? Okay, so now let us understand it by drawing a figure. Okay, so first of all, what is the meaning of logs? Logs means you can say wood. Okay, so wood that are together. Stacked means together. Okay, so for example, you might have seen, one second. Okay, so like this, so you can see this is a wood. Okay, so wood that are stacked together like this. Stacked together means they are together, attached together. So here I have 6 logs. That means wooden you can say wooden sticks. So here I know you guys didn't understand what is the meaning of logs. So if you just see the picture only, you will get to know, right? So I'll just show the picture. Okay, that time you'll understand. Okay, so there are 6 logs which are together, attached together. So here no, in the following manner. So they are attached in the following manner. Okay, so like 20 logs in the bottom row, 19 in the next row, 18 in the row next to it, and so on. Okay, so like that we have. Okay, so how means, so here they mentioned 20 logs. Okay, so I know it is hard to understand. So here you can think that there are 6 wooden sticks. Okay, so there are 6 logs, and upon that how many logs will be there? 5 logs. They'll arrange it like that only, no? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, upon this 5, and what is the next row? In the next row how many logs will be there? 4 logs, isn't it? So 4 logs. Upon this row, how many logs will be there? There will be 3 logs. Okay, upon this 2, upon this 1. Like this only they will place, right? Like order wise. So if you just place 6, 6, 6, 6 in a row means it is impossible, no? It is impossible to maintain it, isn't it? So most of the things we used to arrange like this. Okay, so first they'll have 6 logs, and next we'll have 5 logs, and then 4, 3, 2, 1, like that will be there. Okay, so likewise in the bottom rows, that mean here no, in the first row there are 20 logs. Okay, and in the next row, okay, in the next row, this is the second row. Okay, so in the second row there are 19 logs. Okay, and in the row next to it, you can think this. Okay, so the row next to it, that is the third row, there are 18 logs. Okay, so likewise they are placing. So here I just told you, first there are 6, and here 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In order wise only they are placing, right? Like that here they are placing 20, 19, 18, and then 17, 16, like that they are placing. Okay, alright, now you understood, right? Okay, and so on. Okay, in how many rows are the 200 logs placed? So here in which row they placed 200 logs? Okay, so since you guys know, in the bottom row, no, they placed 20 logs. Like that when we go on, no, in one row they'll place 200 logs, but we don't know in which row. Okay, that is the question. So how many logs are in the top row? Okay, so here there are 2 questions. We are supposed to find how many rows, that means in which row they place 200 logs, and one more question is how many logs are there in the top row. Okay, so that is the question. Okay, so here I can just take Sn is equal to 200. Okay, why? Because there are 200 logs that are stacked together, isn't it? So that total sum is 200. That's why I just wrote Sn is equal to 200. Okay, so since you guys know, here no, in how many rows are the 200 logs placed? So this is one question. So here, since you guys know the rows are like this, isn't it? So bottom row and the next to that we have a row, like that we have rows, right? They didn't mention how many rows are there in the question, isn't it? The only thing they mentioned is bottom, next row, next to it, like that only they mentioned. But did they mention the number of rows? No, they didn't just mention the number of rows. Okay, so in these rows, no, the 200 logs are placed. So we want to find how many rows are there, okay, and then we want to find how many logs are in the top row. So here if you see, this is a top row, isn't it? So here no, we want to find how many number of logs, okay. So n, isn't it? N means we want to find the number of logs placed in the top row. Okay, so here you can think this is a bottom row, that is the first row number 1, and this is second, and this is third. Okay, so now we can actually form an AP, right? So AP is equal to 20 comma 18 sorry 19, isn't it? I'm sorry, 19. So 20 comma 19 comma 18 and so on. Okay, so here these all are one second, so these are all logs, isn't it? 20 logs in the bottom row, like that we have logs. Okay, so 20 logs, 19 logs, 18 logs and so on. Okay, so here we don't know. For example, here you can see this is an AP, isn't it? So in this AP, you know, this is in the first row. A1 means first row. Okay, so in the first row there are 20 logs, in the second row there are 19 logs, in the third row no, there are 18 logs, but we don't know how many logs are how many rows are there in the to place 200 logs. So remember, so how many, I'll just write it here, how many rows are there? This is one question. And in how many rows are there to place 200 logs? Okay, so here you can see we want row, how many rows are there to place the 200 logs. So here we don't know the n, here we don't know an. Okay, what is the meaning of an? So an means the row. Okay, so here first row, second row, third row. Here we don't know how many rows are there, so that's why it is an. Okay, so here we don't know the an, that is in question mark, and we don't know the n value. Why? Because here no, according to the question, how many logs are in the top row. So in the top row we don't know how many logs are there, that's why we don't know the number of logs. So that is also in question mark. Okay, so now you know the AP, right? So we can write A is equal to 20 and D is equal to A2 minus A1. So you can't see it, right? One second guys, I'm sorry. Okay, so now you can see it. Yeah, so now is equal to A2 is 19 and A1 is 20. So when we just subtract it, we get minus 1. So what is the D value? So one second. Okay, so the D value is minus 1. Okay, so now we know the A value and the D value, and we don't know an value and n value. Okay, so here what is the Sn guys? So total number of logs we have is 200, right? Okay, so now we know the Sn value. So now which formula are we supposed to apply? So think guys, we are supposed to apply Sn formula. Why? Because we have Sn, right? So I'm going to apply Sn formula. Okay, so now let us apply the Sn formula. Sn is equal to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d and close the bracket. So here Sn value is 200 and we don't know n, it is in question mark. Okay, so here and then we have 2 into 20. Why? Because a value is 20 and then plus n we don't know. So let us write it as it is. D is minus 1. Okay, alright. So here what we can do, we can do cross multiply. So 200 into 2 is 400 and is equal to n. And then here no, so 2 into 20 is 40 and then let us write plus as it is, and here let us multiply them. Okay, so minus 1 into n is minus n. Okay, and minus 1 into minus 1 is plus 1. Why? Because minus into minus is plus. Okay, so plus 1. Okay, so this is bracket. Okay, I am sorry, I just wrote it like that. Okay, so 400 is equal to n and 40 plus. So let us multiply the signs. Okay, so here we have plus, so plus into minus is minus, so minus n, and plus into plus is plus, so plus 1. Okay, so here it is 1, right? And then close the bracket. 1 second. Okay, okay, so now what we can do, now we can write 400 as it is, and here no, let us write n as it is, and here we have constant term 40 and 1. So 40 plus 1 is 41. So 41 minus n as it is. Okay. So now what we can do, guys? So now we can write 400 as it is, and 41 into n is 41 n, and n into n is so here it is minus, right? So plus into minus is minus, n into n is n square. Okay, so now what we can do is we can actually form an quadratic equation. How means I am gonna get these values to this side. Okay, so I'll do it here. Okay, so when I get these values to this side, then here it is minus n square, right? Then it will change into plus n square, and here plus 41 n will change into minus 41 n, and then 400 plus 400 as it is, and then is equal to 0. So now do you guys think this is a quadratic equation? So whenever you face something like this, so whenever we have one a single n and one n square and a constant term, no, try to form a quadratic equation. Okay, so now we have a quadratic equation. Of course you guys know how to solve a quadratic equation. We studied it in 4th chapter, isn't it? So now we are going to be solving this by using quadratic equation. Before getting into that, I would like to clear one doubt. That is, most of the guys might be wondering what is the meaning of an here and n here. So here, according to the question, we don't know how many rows are there. The only thing they mentioned is a bottom row, next row, like that and all. But here when you just form an AP, so here we got to know that in the first row we have 20 logs, and in the second row we have 19 logs, and in the third row we have 18 logs. Okay, but we don't know how many rows are there. It is in question mark. Okay, so since we don't know how many rows are there, we just took it as an. Okay, so an means we don't know how many rows are there. So what is the meaning of n? So according to the question, no, there are two questions mentioned in that particular question. So that first question is how many rows are there, and in the second question now we are supposed to find how many logs are placed in the top row. So this is the top row, isn't it? So in the top row now we don't know how many logs are there, number of logs. So that's why I just took n is equal to n. N is equal to a question mark. Okay, that's why I just put question mark here. Okay, I hope you guys know the difference now. Okay, so now let us solve it by using those stuffs which we learned it in the 4th chapter. Okay, you guys know, right, how to solve a quadratic equation. Now let's do that. Okay guys, so I just wrote it right over here. So here, how to solve a quadratic equation. So first of all, the first step is, so here we are supposed to multiply the first term as well as the last term. Okay, only the coefficient means numbers. Okay, so here for the first term we have 1, and for the last term we have 400. Okay, so multiply them. Okay, I'll write it here. So multiply. Okay, so 1 into 400 is 400. Okay, so now when we just add or subtract, we should get the middle value. What is the middle value here? Okay, so what is the middle? Okay, so what is the middle value here? So the middle value is minus 41. We are supposed to focus only on the numbers now. Okay, so the middle value is minus 41. Even the signs are important. Okay, so here it is minus 41. Okay, so what are we supposed to add or subtract? Okay, so the multiples of 400. Multiples of 400 means, now you will get to know. So now let us find the factors of 400 at first. Okay, so how to find? We used to do like this, right? Let us find it. So factors of 400. Okay, so 2 table, 2 2s are 4, 0 0, and 2 table 1 2 is 2 0 0, and again 2 table 5 2s are 10 0, and again now 2 table 2 2s are 4, balance 1 5 2s are 5 2s are 10, and then okay, 1 second. Okay, so 5 table 5 5s are 25, and then 5 table 1 5 is 5. So these are the factors of 400. Okay, so I know you guys, I hope you guys know how to solve, how to find the factors. So this is how we supposed to find the factors. Okay, all right. So now what we are going to do is we are going to multiply from this 2. We are going to multiply all the 2's, and we are going to multiply this 5 and this 5. Okay, so when I multiply 2 into 2, 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 2s are 16. So I get 16. Okay, so here 5 5s are, it is 25. Okay, so now we got factors, isn't it? So when I just multiply them, no, 16 into 25, I get 400. Yeah, I am sure. So if you can multiply and see, 16 into 25 will get 400. Okay, but these two numbers are there, no, these are the multiples of, one second, yeah, these are the multiples of 400. That means when we just multiply, we are getting 400, right? That's why we say these all are multiples of 400. Okay, so but what we are supposed to do is when we just add or subtract the multiples. So what are the multiples? This one and this one are the multiples. So that is 16 and 25. Okay, so when we just add or subtract, we should get the middle value, that is 40 minus 41. So here if I just put the minus here in the 25 place, will I get minus 41? Let us check it out. So when we just subtract it, no guys, will not get minus 41 when I just subtract them. So here if I just add minus here, so minus and minus is plus. So when I just add 16 plus 25, will I get 41? I am sure we'll get 41. Okay, so I'll get 41. But here we want minus 41. Why did I put minus here? You guys might be wondering, I could have put plus, right? So why did I put minus here? Why? Because here the greatest number is 25. Why did I put minus? Why? Because we want minus 41. Okay, so why did I put minus here? Then minus and minus is plus, right? Then only we'll be able to add. If I don't put minus here, then we'll be able to subtract it, isn't it? We won't be able to add them. Okay, just because to add them only, I just put minus here as well as here. Okay, so just because I want minus 41, no, I just put a minus for the greatest number, that is 25. Okay, so now finally I got minus 41. What is the use of getting this minus 41? What the use is, first let us write n square as it is, n square. So in the place of minus 41 n, no, I am gonna write minus 16 and minus 25. Okay, you guys might be wondering, what about the variable n? So here the variable goes to 16 as well as 25. Okay, why? Because when I just solve them, I'll get 41, right? Isn't it? I'll get 41. So instead of writing minus 41, no, we can actually write it like this. This is how we solve quadratic equation. So so now you know, right, how to solve it. Okay, so now I just wrote minus 16n, minus 25n and plus 400 as it is. Okay, and then is equal to 0. Now let us solve them. Okay, so now I am going to take common value. Okay, so here we have n square minus 16n. Here which one is common? The majority thing we have is n, right? Here we have n square and n. So majority is n. So let us write n outside. So we just took n as common, and then we can write n inside. Why? Because n into n is n square. We are supposed to write those numbers or variables in which we should get the above values, that is n square minus 16n. Okay, so let us write minus as it is, and then n into 16 is 16n. So minus 16 into n is minus 16n. Okay, so now we got the value. So here we have minus and we have plus, isn't it? So now what I am going to do is I am going to take minus as common. Okay, so let us take minus as common. Okay, so now I took minus as common, and what I am going to do is I am going to take 25 as common. Why? Why? Because 400 you guys know, right? 16 into 25 is 400. So here, okay, so I'll just do 16 into 25 is 400. So here I have 125 and here also I have 25. So I'm going to take 25 as common. Okay. Alright. So now we are supposed to multiply with the numbers or variables, but we should get the above value. Okay. So here minus 25 into n is minus 25n. And then we have minus outside. If I put minus inside only, we'll get plus, right? So minus into minus is plus. Okay, so 25 into 16 is 400. So we got the above value. So minus into minus is plus, and 25 into 16 is 400. Okay, so now finally we got the value. Okay, so here do you guys think, so remember guys, whenever we solve a quadratic equation, we'll get values like this. Okay, similar values like n minus 16 and n minus 16. Okay, so now we have similar values, right? I can actually take the similar values as common. Okay, so we have two values that are similar, so I'm going to take it as common, and then is equal to 0 and comma, here I have n and here I have minus 25. So let us write n minus 25 is equal to 0. Okay, so this is 0, not 6. Okay, so now n is equal to minus 16. When it will go to that side, it changes into plus 16. Okay, so now we got a n value and comma, here n is equal to minus 25. When it will go to that side, it changes into plus 25. So we got n value. Oh my gosh, we got 2n value. So you guys might be wondering which n value I am going to use right now. Okay, so first I am going to use an formula. Why? You guys might be wondering, why am I going to use an formula? Why? Because we don't know the an value, right? Now we know the n value, but we have 2n value. Okay, so that doesn't matter. So first I am going to use an formula and I am going to be finding the an value. Okay. Okay, so now I am going to use an formula. An is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. Okay, so one second. Alright, so an we don't know, it is in question mark, is equal to a value is 20. We know, right? You guys know, right? A is 20. Yeah, likewise we are going to be solving it. Okay. Okay, so a is 20 plus n value, we got it now, right? So here you guys might be wondering which n are we going to use. So first I am going to be using when n is equal to 16. Okay, so first I am going to use n is equal to 16. I guess the formula is not visible. One second. Okay, alright. So here the n value I am going to put it as 16 minus 1 as it is. D value is minus 1. Okay, so an is equal to 20 as it is plus. So here 16 minus 1 is 15 and then into minus 1. An is equal to 20 plus. So 15 into minus 1 is, so plus into minus is minus, and then 1 into 15 is 15. Okay, so an is equal to 20 plus into minus is minus 15. Okay, so an is equal to 5. Okay, one more thing guys, so here the an everywhere we are supposed to write n is equal to 16, right? I am sorry guys, I didn't write that. Okay, so now we got to know a16 is equal to 5. Okay, so what is the meaning of this? So here wherever you have n, right, please make sure that you guys write 16. Okay, I just forgot to write, but please write 16. Okay, so here 16, 16, 16, 16, and here also, here this is a formula. Okay, so please make sure to write 16. Okay, then only it will be much more better. Okay, so here the meaning of a16 is equal to 5 is, so here I just told you guys we have like logs like this. Okay, so we have logs like this. No, like this we have rows, right? So there are 16 rows and in the top row, no, there are 5 logs. Okay, so this is the meaning of it. Okay, so there are 16 rows and in the top row, no, we are having 5 logs. This is the meaning of this. Okay, but here since you guys know, we got the we got n value as 16 as well as 25. Okay, so now again I am going to use an formula. In that, no, I'm going to use n is equal to 25. Okay, so let us write an is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. Okay, so here when n is equal to 25. Okay. Okay, so now let us substitute the values. So an, so n value here it is 25 is equal to a value is 20. Okay, 20 plus n value is 25 and then minus 1 into minus 1 and close the bracket. Okay, so a25 is equal to 20 plus, so here no 25 minus 1 is 24 and then bracket means into minus 1 and close the bracket. Okay, so a25 is equal to 20 plus, so minus 1 into 24 is minus 24. Okay, one second. Okay, so now let us write a25 is equal to 20 plus into minus is minus 24. Okay, so now a25 is equal to, when we just subtract them, we'll get minus 4. Now we got an answer. Okay, so but here the question, the twist is we got negative value. I just told you guys in arithmetic progression we should not get n as a negative value or fraction. So here since this is negative, no, will not get any number of logs or number of rows, isn't it? Negative means will not get any the number, we don't know the number, right? So for example, when I just say the degree is negative 0, sorry, negative 1, then you know, right, negative 1, what is the meaning of it? Likewise here negative 4 means we don't know the number of logs and number of rows. Okay, so that's why we, just because negative means we doesn't know how many rows are there, how many logs are there, we are going to be rejecting it. Okay, so 25, so here no, the n value 25 is rejected. Okay, then what is going to be our answer? Then our answer is in 16, there are 16 rows and in the top row, no, there are 5 logs. Okay, so this is our answer. Okay, so we can I'll just write it darkly. So 16 rows, in the top row 5 logs are there. What is the meaning of log? Logs means the wooden pieces, I mean sticks. I'll just show the image. In the starting itself I showed you guys, isn't it? Okay, so there are 16 rows, in the top row there are 5 logs. Okay, so this is our answer.
Thank you guys for watching this video. Please like this video, share it to your friends and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you have any doubt, comment me in the comment section. Catch you in the next video. Bye.